want to also apologize, use this opportunity to apologize to you for the delay. We are also aware that there is a sector also happening in this hotel and other places. And that is also having our critical stakeholders that we have invited. But we want to actually start this session. So let me, before I even hand over the mantle to the consultant, Dr. David Olayemi, I also want to also give opportunity to my line manager, Mr. Ekene Innocent, if I need to also say one or two things. So please, sir, you have the floor, sir. Please, a round of applause.
All right. A very good morning to you all. Good morning, sir. Just to say thank you for coming around. During the implementation of this project, we were faced with a good number of needs. There were things we did together, there were things we worked to achieve. So those things are what we want to articulate so that there will be things we will present as what we use the money that was given to us to achieve. So thank you for coming around, and thanks for whatever support you need. We'll be able to provide that within this period. Thank you so much. So I think I want to hand over to Dr. David to fire on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Innocent. Thank you, Mikai. Many of us who are here now were at the right shop, and the idea of the right shop was actually to ensure that we put something down that will be an evidence of what has happened. It's a summary of what I got from the right shop, which is actually also telling us not only what SCI was able to do through advocacy and campaign, but also what where Kaduna State is at the moment. And with the hope that anybody who picks the report will be able to know how to help Kaduna State to be able to move forward. I confess, and I still confess, that Kaduna is most likely, in spite of all the challenges, Kaduna is ahead of many other states that I know in Nigeria. And I'm not saying it because I want you to clap for me. I'm saying it because that is the reality. But the truth of the matter is that where Kaduna State is, that's actually in front of many other states in Nigeria, is still very, very much unacceptable. That is the truth. And it shows that Nigeria is actually in a real problem. And you know, when we have plenty of money, I don't know what we are doing. Now that we don't have plenty of money, I don't know whether there's any hope. I keep on saying that I'm a young man, but at my age, I don't know whether we will ever see the Nigeria that many of us 45, 46 years ago thought we were going to have. Because Nigeria was looking up. When I was leaving the university, Nigeria was looking up. Today, I think Nigeria is looking down. May God help us. Amen. And I'm not here to dampen our spirits. But I'm only, and I see some ray of hope in Kaduna State, which I shared with my brother a while ago, and I've shared with quite a number of people. If we can really just snatch that ray of hope, we can still make it. But I don't know whether we will do it or not. Whether we will do it depends on, and we don't need many people to actually see that vision and run with it. We only need a few crazy people. Are we going to be crazy enough to be able to run for Kaduna State? Especially those of you who live in Kaduna. I want to hope that that is going to happen. So if this small document can help us to start seeing that, then we are going to be the better for it, and our children will be the better for it. It's quite a lengthy presentation because it's a report of a 2-day work. I will try to make it as snappy as possible because we are going to have group work after that. It's a document that we all prepare together, and you need to look at the document because your name is going to be there. Now, if your name is on the document and then you deny the document when you see it, that will not make any sense, will it? And that's why we all need to see it. And I'm also very happy about our media people. We missed the DHPRS the last time. I hope we'll be able to stay through and see what we are writing on his behalf. So once again, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, please. I think so. I think so. I was actually hoping I was going to say something, one or two things to us. Because as DHPRS, I mean, IRS, DHPRS, he is our boss in the Ministry of Health, and he needs to tell us one or two things that will at least make us happy. Even if I've tried to dampen our spirits a little. Yes, so over to you, Dr. Joseph.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir. Thank you, David. I would like to express the appreciation of this week for having to this dissemination report. Like you said, Nigeria is really, we are not really sure of the direction we are taking, but we'll continue to work hard. There's nothing until one day when someone, a crazy person like you said, will come and change
Exactly.
the direction of our movement. But we are all moving to see how we can do our own part, to see how we can change the narrative. And I believe, like people who are optimistic, we will definitely see the light at the end of the tunnel. Probably, if not in our time, but maybe our children. But we have a responsibility to build that that foundation, and I believe that's what we are trying to do. So I will appreciate Save the Children for giving us this support, so that we can see how we work together to change the narrative and to improve the health status of the people of Kaduna and Nigeria at large. So I wish us a successful deliberation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, that's it. We'll move forward. This is the outline of the presentation. We're going to have the background. Thank you for decorating me. We're going to have the background. We're going to have introduction, methodology. We're going to go through introduction, methodology, leadership and governance, financing, the health system in Kaduna State, community, just a summary. Then healthcare service delivery in Kaduna State, human resources for health in Kaduna State, and recap. That's what this presentation is. But the narrative we're going to distribute when we start group work. The whole idea is that after this presentation, which will whet your appetite, and then try to deal with your expectation, then you go into groups. We're going to divide you into groups depending on the competencies that you have related to these titles. And then you work for about 2 hours looking at the document and correcting, dotting the I's, and crossing the T's, and then putting the sense where there's no sense, and then we are done. That is what this is all about. And I hope we'll be able to get it done. Once again, I'm really happy the media is fully, the full force is here. And that is very, very useful, because the media is very, very important in terms of getting the messages across properly. Now, what's the background? Well, first of all, about Save the Children. You've seen Save the Children's vision, a world in which every child attains the right to survival, protection, development, and participation. That is the vision. Is that world possible? Your guess is as good as mine. Save the Children, people believe it is possible. And we want you to join Save the Children in believing that it is possible. And what is their mission? Therefore, in order to attain that, to inspire breakthroughs in the way the world treats children, and to achieve immediate and lasting change in their lives. And what are their values? Accountability, ambition, collaboration, creativity, and integrity. Now, the areas of work in Kaduna State and at the Nigerian national level that we are trying to look at in this report include leadership and governance for health, healthcare financing, engaging communities, skilled health workforce, healthcare workforce, upgrading health information systems, as well as service delivery enhancements. Those are the areas that this report looks at. And you see the map of Kaduna showing the North Senatorial District, the Central, and then the South. Okay? Kaduna's population projected from 2006, 9 million. Land area, 45,000 square kilometers. Population density, 200 per kilometer square. And then annual population growth, 2.5. That's what we got from the Population Commission. And then this is the profile. You see, there are, and I keep on, each time I see this in Nigeria, I will ask myself a number of questions. Population Commission is always telling us that there are more men than women in Nigeria. It has never really been logical for me. And the reason is that there are many men in Nigeria who are married to more than one wife. Where do these women come from?
Yes, we have many women that are not married.
And then there are many women that are not married. And you said there are more men than women.
Yes, there's a carryover, sir.
From the war?
From the back.
The people who died in the war were men.
Yes.
So I have seen it so many times, and nobody has ever questioned this. And I think there's something is wrong with this, and I don't know when we will ever correct it. That is truth. But I think we need to. There's a need for us to ask ourselves some of these questions. Then, in terms of age, if we disaggregate Kaduna State age into 4 groups, 0 to 14 years, who you consider as children. And although the definition of children is actually 0 to 18, not to 15. And then 15 to 64 as people who are supposed to be working to get food on the table and then health available. And then the people who are now retired at 65 plus, if you divide the population into that, you will get majority of Kaduna State indigenes are actually in the first 2 groups. Very small population is actually above 65 and above in Kaduna State. That's what this one is telling us. And that is concerning. Because it simply means that it talks about our, what do you call it? A life expectancy. That is it's really concerning. There are many parts of the world where you can see the demographic shows that people above 80 are quite many. Many people in Nigeria are actually not living up to that age. So by now I should be dead. That's what this one is telling us. Okay, so but that is what it is. Now again, if you now expand it every 10 years from 0 to 80, you now see that the large population of children, then followed by those who are just next to them, 10 to 19, then 20 to 29, you see that these 3 represent the population of people who actually should be taken care of, who many of them are not working and they need to be taken care of by this small population. So in terms of paying money to Kachma, these are the people who should be responsible. And these are the people who will most likely take a lot of that health. And that is not happening. Okay, let's move on because of time. Now, well, the economic profile of Kaduna State, diverse socio-economic profile, agriculture and industrial activities are still there, particularly agriculture. I think agriculture is still the mainstay. It used to be the case, I know when I was in ABU in the 70s, we used to come to Kaduna to visit some industry.